sports, and politics. Get ready to rumble! You wanna talk smack? You in the right place. So take a step back before I get all up in your
remember, because I don't remember. I remember every bit of this.
You're the dudes holding on the phone line. Your voice will be heard, sir.
Next caller, please.
Jerry's gonna get him.
Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics.
Listeners are asking questions about this week's games, not Jerry's personal beef. So what's your thought?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Fantasy Sports and Politics. It's me, Mr. FSP, doing what I do because I do for you all day, every day. And I am in the middle of a debate. And I've invited the entire internet to debate me. And I have. We'll see who comes on because I put it out there. But on today's show, we're going to talk about Super Bowl 60. I'll give you my players to watch, my prediction, and all that. We're going to talk about the WWE a little bit, NBA trades, or the big NBA trade that sent Anthony Davis to Washington. I thought it was a big trade, and I'm a Wizards fan, so of course. But what I really want to focus in on today, Eli Manning versus Drew Brees, Hall of Fame worthiness. Now, this is where I'm getting a bunch of heat from folks on Threads, YouTube, Facebook, wherever. Just because I have an opinion does not mean I'm wrong. It just means I have an opinion. For some people, that's a problem. It's okay. It's okay. I've got numbers. We're going to crunch them. I'm going to talk about those numbers too. Yeah. A lot of those numbers are, how shall we say, skewed. Skewed. Yes, I said it. Skewed. Now, I already know what's going to happen. Eli Manning was interception king. He led the league in interceptions and this, that, and the third. His defense won the Super Bowls. Look, man. Eli Manning is not a bum. Eli Manning deserves the credit that he's gotten for being a Super Bowl two-time champion, beating Tom Brady twice, and playing in a system that didn't allow him to play like he played at Ole Miss. So, as LA Knight would say, let me talk to you. We're going to talk about that. I'm waiting to see if anybody jumps on and wants to debate the conversation. Why? Because I've been getting lambasted for my comments that I believe Eli Manning deserved to be in the Hall of Fame before Drew Brees. And I'm gonna wait. I'm going to save that to the end or until somebody jumps on. I've sent the link out to many people. I've sent it out to the internet to come on the show. It's easy to be a keyboard gangster. It's easy to call names and all this other stuff. But if you can't put your face to the place and back up what you say, you lose credibility, in my opinion. Now, Drew's numbers are Drew's numbers, but there's a reason why Drew has those numbers. And we're not talking about it because people say, well, he has this. There's a reason why. There's a huge reason why. But let's see who wants to debate that. But firstly, let's get into this Super Bowl. Bam. Yeah. Let me hit my music right there. Okay. I'm not going to front, y'all. I'm not afraid of none of the smoke. Bring me the smoke. Because in this Super Bowl, that's what Drake May's going to see. A lot of smoke. Ooh, my boy Black. Look, this is one of my football players, Reginald Black. Arizona Coyotes football team is what we do. We play football. I coach. One of my offensive linemen. And I'm up at 5 in the morning every day, Black. Don't worry about me. I disagree with your argument that Drew should have been in before Eli, but numbers don't lie, right? But they can be skewed. But let me get to the Super Bowl, and then we get to this comment. All right, here's the deal. Drake May is going to be under a lot of pressure. Not because he's in his second year going to the Super Bowl, in his second year in the league. He has a stellar defense. Quiet as kept. Quiet as kept. The Patriots have a very good receiving core. Booty, Diggs, I forgot my dude that's barefoot. Mac. Yeah, Mac Hollins. Henderson is no joke, and they have not been using Henderson that much in the run game. They might, especially in the pass game on this, to get those guys off their spot. Stevenson has not put the ball on the ground. He's doing what they paid him to do. Remember, he just got a big contract. Christian Gonzalez, if Mike Vrabel does not lock Christian Gonzalez up on Jackson Smith and Jigba, there is going to be a problem. Because if you take that chess piece off the board, because I think Gonzalez is an eraser. I think Christian Gonzalez is an eraser type of corner, and I'm so pissed the Commanders got Forbes over him when he fell to us in that draft. I digress. The Patriots got him, and it was a great pick. I've seen him play live. He is an eraser. But Sam Darnold then has Cooper Kupp. No slouch. No slouch. Rhaheem Shaheed. Not only is he a special teams demon, but he provides that deep threat. And Sam can get him the ball. Sam can get him the ball. No doubt, right? But I'm going to tell you, it's going to come down to special teams in this game because Seattle's defense is a monster. I expect Drake May to get sacked maybe 2 times, maybe even throw a pick, right? But the Patriots defense isn't that bad. They can stop the run. Explains it. Landry is back. So Landry's coming after Sam. It's that secondary. They're going to have to take care of business of the Patriots. They're going to have to take care of business. Seattle's secondary and defense is pretty good, but they can be had. They can be had. Special teams, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, gotta do it. Let me see what my guy Red says. Red says, yeah, I like Drake May, but his pass game gone. Have stepped up today. If you have not watched Seahawks defense, you have not watched football. that front five is nasty. I agree. The front five is nasty. My boy Dan, love you, Dan. Moved to Florida. Says 99. Leonard Williams. I love Leonard Williams. Him and DeMarcus Lawrence. I love that combination. But what I don't like, you coached them. I know people, y'all, that know people. And Dan is my friend. That's not some BS. But my point of it is this. Let's look at this game for what it is. The line is 4.5 points for the Seahawks. The Patriots cover that. In fact, I got 2 predictions for you if you want to hedge your bet. Patriots cover 4.5 points. This is going to come down to a field goal game. That's what I said, special teams, right? And if you feel froggy, then leap. The money line has moved to 195 for the Patriots. So many people are putting money on the Seahawks. It can happen. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I believe it's a field goal game. I honestly believe that. I also believe in at least one quarter, nobody's going to score. One quarter, nobody's going to score. That's what I think. Now, you have 2 number 3 picks going against each other. Class of 2018, class of 2024. Last week I told you I believe class of 2024 has already surpassed the class of 2018. Yes, 2018 has 2 MVPs. What the freaking do? This is the first time any of those guys have made it to the Super Bowl. This is Sam's 4th team. 2024 class, Bo Nix should have been in the Super Bowl. I think Denver should have been in the Super Bowl, right? But that still meant Bo Nix or Drake May. Class of 2024. Jayden Daniels took his team all the way to the NFC Championship game. Class of 2024. You've got Josh and Lamar, who's gone to the AFC Championship game. Lamar once, but he's only won 1 playoff game. 1. Josh has done well, but he can't get over the hump. I mean, you have already surpassed 2018. Every quarterback except Penix and McCarthy have made the playoffs and done well from turned the franchises around that they were originally drafting. I love Baker. Absolutely love Baker. He got a division title in Cleveland. Moved around a little bit. He's been winning the crappy NFC South. And that goes into my Drew Brees, Eli Manning debate. Right? That division hasn't changed much. Sam Darnold, sore ghost with the Jets. Went to Carolina. Met Baker in Carolina. Baker went to the Rams. Sam went to San Francisco. Sam went to Minnesota last year. Got his groove back, and now he's in the Super Bowl this year. All I can tell you is I think this is going to be a very good game. The 2 number 3 picks in their respective drafts clashing. I believe class of 2024 is better than class of 2018. And my guy Dan says, how do you see the battle in the trenches going? I'll be very honest. Just what my man Black said. I think Seattle's front 5, because they play a 3-4 or or 4-3, right? Not a 4-3. They play a 3-4. They play a 3-4, right? But they bring in other players. It's a hybrid. It's a hybrid 3-4. Both teams play a hybrid 3-4, right? I believe that Seattle has the way better defensive line versus the Patriots offensive line. This is why I think Ramondre Stevens is going to have to be a baller and run the ball a lot today. I think Henderson is going to have to catch the ball out the backfield a lot today. I think Stephon Diggs is going to have to step up in this game. This is where I think it changes. Seattle has a couple corners that are really good, right? But they're prone to mistakes and attitude issues. Stephon Diggs is going to get under somebody's skin. The thing, Cardi B's there. Bad Bunny's performing. Cardi B might be performing with him. Stephon Diggs' baby mama, one of them, is Cardi B. He's going to show out. And he's been dying to get to the Super Bowl. So that offensive line of the Patriots, I think they're going to give Drake May 3 seconds max. But I see a lot of screens. I see a lot of play action. But I do see Seattle's defensive front way better than the Patriots' offensive front. Now, the Patriots defense. I told you, Landry's back. Landry is a difference maker. Spillane is a middle linebacker. Landry's, he drops back, but he is a pure pass rusher. Let's look at what the Patriots did. The Patriots went out and spent the most money in free agency. They made sure that defense was good. They made sure Drake May could make mistakes and still win games. Look at the playoffs. That defense is, look at where I put Seattle and where I put the Patriots defense in my preseason defensive rankings. I feel vindicated because some people are like, you crazy. I also said the Patriots will win 9 or more games. I didn't have them going to the Super Bowl, but I had them going to the playoffs. People laughed and said, you're crazy. Denver can't win. It's the Chiefs division. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, the defensive line of both teams are phenomenal. I do believe the Patriots can get in on Sam Darnold when he has to throw the ball. Landry is that difference maker. And they can stop the run. Listen to this. This is why I believe the Patriots actually can win this game. They can stop the run. That takes Walker somewhat out of it, right? Hanalani, the rookie that's sitting in for Charbonnet. He's going to have a big game today. He's going to have to. But if they stop that run and Christian Gonzalez locks up on Jackson Smith and Jigba, I would do it. A lot of people do it. I don't know what variable's going to do. That takes him out. In my opinion. He'll get some, but maybe not a bunch. That leaves Cooper Kupp and Shaheed and Banner have to pull the slack. I don't think they can do it. Cooper Kupp was an MVP of a Super Bowl a while ago. I think he gets a touchdown. I think he gets about 35 yards, but that's about it. What'd you say, Dan? If you have to rely on someone to show up, then you already lost this at this point. That's true. That's true. If you wait for somebody to show up. But Landry didn't play. He's coming back, so we'll see. Practice. Preseason. Practice. We talking about practice? Yes, we are, because I made good predictions. Anyway. Yes, I have Seattle winning the game. But something's telling me Patriots gonna win this game by a field goal. It's like Tom Brady's first Super Bowl when he went against the Panthers. Luke Kuechly, Julius Peppers, all them cats. Jake Delhomme, Musa Muhammad, Steve Smith, Davis running the ball. Insurmountable odds, right? I think Adam Vinatieri got into the Hall of Fame, right? He won at least 2 of Tom Brady's 6 Super Bowls. He won 2 of Tom Brady's Super Bowls. I think Drake May actually might get the same type of situation here. I really think so. His head coach has been there. His offensive coordinator has won a Super Bowl as an offensive coordinator there. I think, I really, really believe there's a shot. There's a shot. Hedge. I put some money on the Patriots to win, and I've also put money on Patriots to cover. I think this is a field goal game. I want to get into this debate, but nobody seemingly has come on outside of my man Reg. But Reg ain't, you know, if Reg, you want to come on and have a conversation, we can. But, all right, Dan, love you, brother. Love you, brother. All I ask is if you want to say that Drew Brees deserves to be in the Hall of Fame before Eli, that's fine. I invite you to come on the show. I invite you to tell me what you believe is your criteria. I will tell you mine. We can agree to disagree, but what we're going to do is go off facts, right? And if your facts are just the numbers, I got something for you. I got something for you. I got something for you. Now, with that being the case, I'm going to wait another minute or two before I get into it. Let me talk a little bit about NBA basketball trades, particularly Davis and all those other players coming to the Wizards, where, yeah, Trae Young, a bunch of young talent, and some nice players to accompany Anthony Davis to Washington. I truly believe this year, not focused on this, they can make a little run, but this year I'm not banking on it. Next year, healthy Trae, healthy AD, the young studs, the young pups in DC, plus Mr. Russell. I like Russell. Good backup player. Could be the point guard and Trae move the shooting guard in certain situations. I like it. But the trade that didn't happen, that should have happened, or 2 of them, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he should have been a New York Knick or a Minnesota Timberwolf. He should have been there. Memphis has so many picks. Why isn't he not there? First round picks. If you're going to keep Ja, Memphis, which it looks like you're going to do, you got all those picks. Pair with Giannis. You traded away Jaren Jackson. So right now, Memphis is just a hollow shell. Ja was supposed to go to Minnesota from what I saw. Him and my guy, Edwards, Anthony Edwards. Ooh. Now that could also be other trouble, but ooh. The NBA, it's a lot going on with the NBA, and not that much. There were a lot of trades. But as I said, for me, and I believe also on paper, the biggest trade was AD and all those players for some picks Washington has that are really low first round picks. It's not like Washington's picking, well, they could be picking in the top 10, but that is a protected pick. Dallas does not get that. They get the lower 26 and 30. Now, in this draft coming up, there are going to be some nice players, really nice players. The general manager in Washington, in my opinion, got the better of the interim general manager in Dallas. And Memphis selling everybody off except for Ja, the guy that they said was the problem, or is the problem, because he talked outwardly about the play and his coach. What are we doing? I don't know. All right. Let's get to it. That's the NBA news. Next news. Cody, Rhaheem, Rhodes. Let me tell y'all something. Cody Rhodes has got the internet buzzing. His wife, Brandy, who happens to be black, has co-signed on the nickname Rhaheem. He says it's true. I don't care one way or the other. But after CM Punk and Roman Reigns give this generation's pipe bomb segment, and look, he didn't call him Punk, he called him Phil. He told him he never liked him. Those are real words. Those are not scripted words, ladies and gentlemen. Those are not scripted. That's The Rock and John Cena. That's The Rock and John Cena. The problem is, I think Phil's going to drop the title. I think he's going to drop the title at Elimination Chamber. And if he does that change WrestleMania? But this is too big of a fight right now to change that. Last week, my guest, Mr. Stafford, we talked about this stuff, right? We put it out there. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns is logical to me because everybody's tired of Reigns and Rhaheem, aka Cody Rhodes, right? They're tired of that. Punk and Reigns, they have more stuff there that has never been explored, but can be and will be. I think that's a dope match. But let's go back to Cody. As myself and Mr. Stafford said, we believe that it's going to be a three-way. Cody, Jacob, and Drew. That doesn't put Brock in there anywhere, which is fine because Brock really hasn't done anything to get a title shot. But Cody is starting to show the signs of going to the dark side, being a bad guy, which he said he wouldn't do. But last year, if you remember, I think it was a live event, he said it might be sooner than you think. And I think it's happening. But Rhaheem, we're talking about, they were, Punk and Reigns were having a pissing contest. He said, you didn't want me to pull mine out. Rhaheem. Cody Rhaheem Rhodes. CRR. Can't do that, bro. You already at the cookout. Did you have some Hennessy too? While you was at the cookout? My man, Cody Rhodes. Anyway, right now, that's the hottest thing in the WWE. I am mad Jericho has not shown up. I am mad that Bianca Belair didn't show up. I am mad that we didn't see the spectacular that Triple H promised us. Ubuffet, great job, right? Him, Breaker, Lesnar, Keys, aka Hobbs. That needs to happen. All of those guys. Big boys doing their thing. That would be something Vince McMahon would book. He'd probably put Brock as whatever, and beat up on everybody. But those are the types of sizes and guys that Vince would just. I'm not saying Triple H is doing a bad job. I think he's doing a good job. But that's money. Big boys battling it out. Doing power moves. Love the aerial stuff. Love it. But sometimes a good ground game and a good fight beats that. Now, since I don't have anybody on here ready to talk to me about Drew versus Eli, I'll do it myself. See, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing. You can get on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, wherever, and make your claims. What's going on? What's going on? You can make your claims, but if you don't put your face in the place, it is what it is. So if somebody wants to debate me, I placed the link in several Facebook chats on my threads thing, right? Oh, J-Mo, you want some of this? Jump. Hey, I will share the link right now. Let's go. Let's go. That's a referral link. But to get on the show, I'm going to do this right here. If somebody wants to come on this show right now and debate me, Manning and Drew, click that link. Click it. I dare you. I'm not afraid. I am not afraid. If you prove me wrong, you prove me wrong. But here's what I'm not going to do. Don't come on here cursing, acting dumb. We're going to debate. We're going to debate. So, with that being said, I'll start while I wait. Firstly, Drew Brees belongs in the Hall of Fame. Full stop. Full stop. Drew Brees has numbers that are unrivaled by some. Can't deny that. Drew Brees has a Super Bowl championship. He has several division titles. We'll talk about that. Drew Brees is the man of the year. I believe he was even once the MVP of the league. All great accolades as to why he should be in the Hall of Fame. 80,000 plus passing yards. Outstanding. Outstanding. You might say, well, Vic, you haven't proven that Drew isn't over Eli. Well, let's talk about that. Eli Manning, two-time Super Bowl champion, defeated Tom Brady and the Evil Empire twice. One time, the Empire was undefeated. Then you might say Eli had a great defense, and that's why they won. They averaged 17 points a game. True. True. Tom Coughlin was a defensive-minded coach. The last time Tom Coughlin let a team that he coached throw the ball a lot, it was with Blake Bortles that almost beat the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl. Now, prior to that, he had Keenan McCardle, Freaky Fred Taylor, Jimmy Smith, the lefty throwing the ball. So he little leeway. Tom Coughlin was the head coach for Eli, right? Sean Payton, head coach for Drew Brees. And Sean loves to throw the ball. Didn't really care about running the ball. Eli had Brandon Jacobs and before that Tiki Barber, but then he had a mixture of the two. Yeah. Styles make fights, right? These are two opposing styles. Because my argument is this. Drew Brees played in a weak NFC South division. Eli played in the far superior NFC East division. Let's look at just those numbers. Right? Over Drew's career, and yards and touchdowns, right? That's what y'all saying. That this is why Drew is better. They should go in the Hall of Fame. I think we all can agree that the NFC East during their time frame was better than the NFC South. Drew Brees versus Atlanta. Regular season numbers only. 8,695 yards. 54 touchdowns, 27 interceptions. So 1/10 of his 80,000 came against a divisional opponent. Against the Panthers. 7,949 passing yards, 55 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. Another 8,000 pretty much, right? So right there, that's 16,500 of those 80,000. And 109 of his 300 plus touchdowns. Two teams that suck during this time frame. Atlanta had one or two good years. They had great offense, terrible defense. Terrible defenses. It was a miracle that they got to the Super Bowl when they did. Now, the toughest defense Drew Brees had to face in his own division, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay. 8,248 passing yards, 61 touchdowns, 27 interceptions. So by my count, that's about 30,000 of the 80,000 yards. I didn't even count his little stint in San Diego and what he did against those teams where the West just threw the ball. Drew Brees threw more times. He has more, almost a third to a half more passing attempts than Eli. Law of averages, everyone. The more opportunities you get, the more chances you are to succeed, right? And if you're throwing the ball 40 times a game, and you're playing Tampa, you're playing the Panthers, you're playing Atlanta twice a year, you're going to have those type of numbers. This does not disparage or put down anything Drew Brees has done, because the other 50,000 came against other opponents, right? Can't disparage. But I'm focused in on divisional play right now. This is my argument that no one seems to want to come on and say anything about. Eli Manning, yes, the turnover king, led the league in turnovers before. Okay. Eli, 7,994 yards, 54 touchdowns, 34 interceptions against Philly. And Philly's defense has been pretty daggone good over the years, and during Eli's time, for sure. On a team that didn't throw the ball that much. Now, Eli has thrown the ball, and they face each other, I think, 8 times. Eli's 2-6. Drew is 6-2. Head to head. Got it. But I'm talking about divisional play. The teams that you know and know you the best. $7,994 yards, 54 touchdowns, 34 interceptions versus Philly. Versus Washington, my team. 6,692 yards, 13 touchdowns, 27 interceptions. Fairly pedestrian, right? Washington has some good defenses too, right? There's an offense that sputtered. How about them Cowboys? 7,560 passing yards, 53 touchdowns, 29 interceptions. So let's look at it this way. Divisional play, Eli total through what? 8 more interceptions than Drew did in their divisions. And Drew didn't have major defensive competition except for Tampa. Carolina was good, but their secondary was not. Peppers and Kuechly. Washington, Philly, and Dallas during Eli's time all had stud defenders. But yet, Drew had just as many interceptions in his division than Eli. Yards in division, you got it. 22,000 for Eli versus the 30-something thousand. Again, Eli's on a run-first team that's defensive-minded, still wins. Maybe he doesn't have the 7 division titles like Drew does. But Drew didn't win his Super Bowl either. Devin Hester did. You can say Eli didn't win his Super Bowls. David Tyree and everything. Okay. He put him in positions to win. Drew struggled versus his brother. Drew struggled versus the Colts and Peyton in the Super Bowl, where Devin Hester and an onside kick won that game. Numbers-wise, yes, Drew Brees has more numbers, more accolades, but Eli Manning is comparable based on the aggregate numbers he's put up in a tougher division, in a tougher situation. Both were in the NFC. Let's run down the players. Jimmy Graham, Reggie Bush, Marcus Colston, Thomas, Deuce McAllister. That's what Drew was playing with. And more than that, quite honestly, Eli, Jeremy Shockey, Tiki Barber, Brandon Jacobs, Plexico Burris, Victor Cruz, David Tyree. In a run-heavy offense, in a pass-heavy offense, what are you going to expect? And David Tyree wasn't even a mainstay. David Tyree had one great Super Bowl. These other guys, for Bush, McAllister, Graham, Colston, Thomas, those were main factors in games. The system. All these guys weren't. They were focal points. I'd say Tiki, out of all of them, was probably the most focal pointed player. Plexico didn't even do that much. Shot himself in his leg, got it. Graham versus Shockey. I think Graham was better. Shockey blocked. Graham didn't, but Shockey had to block. Again, my point is a system gives you Drew Brees' Hall of Fame. That's my point. A system. Numbers only, of course you're going to see that. But when you look at who they had to play, when they had to play them, and how they performed, and what were the results, Eli outperforms Drew. And I love Drew Brees. Met him while I was deployed in Iraq. He came over, really nice guy. Drew Brees is my height. If you know how tall I am, that's how tall Drew Brees is. He might have me by an inch. He might be like 5'11". Height has nothing to do with it. What I'm telling you is the dude is a legit guy, deserves the Hall of Fame accolade, but I just feel based upon all that Eli had to face, had to overcome, and deal with, he still put up decent numbers. He won 2 Super Bowls, and he played in the toughest division in football many years of both of their careers, while Drew played in a weaker division. And you have 30,000 out of 80,000 yards, a little more than a third coming from that division. More than half. He had 100. What was that? 160 touchdowns out of 300 and whatever it is. Out of 300, whatever it is, touchdowns, Drew Brees had 160 on the NFC South. I get it. Eli was a 500 quarterback, 118 and 118. I got it. For 142, 160, 18 touchdowns. I get it. That's a good number. But 18 touchdowns more in a weaker division. You got to weight it. You've got to weight it. Professors, teachers understand what I mean. Eli has got to be put on a curve just a bit because of his circumstances. His coach didn't believe in throwing the ball, believed in running and playing defense. Drew's, we're going to throw the ball all over the place. Run game, okay, we'll run just a little bit. We'll throw the ball all over the field. Rules are made easier for the quarterback and receivers now. Pass interference is easy to get. Coughlin stuck in his ways. Run. Look, I get it. I'm a run-first coordinator as well, but sometimes I forget to run the ball because I'm so enamored with what I can do with the tools we have at wide receiver. My offensive coordinator of the team I'm on now, I'm not the offensive coordinator. He is. He loves to throw the ball. We're running the ball more, and we've got some horses. We've got some horses at running back and wide receiver and tight end. So when I tell you, here's an example. One of the teams that's in our league, it's a new league, has a bunch of titles. I was like, wow, they got 8, 9 type championships in a row. They got to be good. I learned it was the caliber of teams they played, how they dominated them, and I even saw some video of it. Numbers don't lie, but they can be skewed. No one took me up on my offer to debate. No one. I put it in this chat. I put it in the Facebook chat. I put it on Threads. I put it on anywhere I could. So what I'm going to tell you guys is this. Your opinion is your opinion. My opinion is my opinion. I believe Eli Manning should have been put in before Drew because now I don't think Eli's going to get in. Drew first ballot Hall of Famer. Compared to what's out there, I would have let him wait one more year. Here's the thing. Bill Belichick, everybody except for the voters agreed that Bill Belichick was a first ballot Hall of Famer. Bill Belichick didn't make it. Neither did Robert Kraft. But people can get mad and say they got it wrong. All I'm saying is Eli Manning, in my opinion, was a player that deserved Hall of Fame induction prior to Drew Brees, because now you can't go back and put in Eli Manning unless you have it tiered. Drew Brees, one tier, Eli, Ben, and Philip. Ben Roethlisberger, Philip Rivers. Philip, his time reset, but Eli versus Ben. Eli better than Ben. Eli's better, in my opinion. But then you're going to run into the situation of Tom Brady. You're going to run into the situation of Tom Brady in a couple years. Ladies and gentlemen, We can agree to disagree, but no one's here to disagree with me. Thank you for tuning in. WWE, keep it going. AEW is making noise too. Got to give love to AEW, All Elite Wrestling. But yeah, Punk, Reigns, and Rhaheem, aka Cody Rhaheem Rhodes, the American Nightmare, buzzing, boys, buzzing. NBA trades, we'll see. We'll see. So I want to thank everybody that did chime in. I want to thank J-Mo for stepping in here. My guy Dan, as well as my player, my homie. Stay healthy, Reg. Reginald Black, stay freaking healthy. He's one of our offensive linemen. So with that being said, I want to thank y'all, and we're out of here. I'ma see you when I see you. Peace.
Fantasy, sports, and politics. Get ready to rumble! You wanna talk smack? You in the right place. So take a step back before I get all up in your
Remember, because I don't remember. I remember every bit of this.
You're the dudes holding on the phone line. Your voice will be heard, sir.
Next caller, please.
Oh!
Jerry's gonna get him.
Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics.
Listeners are asking questions about this week's games, not Jerry's personal beef. So what's your thought?